Yo, hello everyone, it's WhipWhyWin. Today I'm back at you with another deck profile. Today we'll be covering Dark Magician, which I know is a lot of you guys' favourites. Okay, let's get straight into it. Started off, Triple Dark Magician, obviously LOB art. Then we've got the one Red Eyes Black Dragon for Dragoon. We are playing two Dragoons, so you can play two Red Eyes Black Dragons, but it's always revivable through uh, Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon, so just keep that in mind. And this is pretty easy to make, especially with Eternal Soul. Just so many cards that can bring out Dark Magician in this deck. Okay, finally for the vanilla ones, not vanilla, but pretty much vanilla, I've got Dark Magician Girl. Can make the Dark Magicians, which is an amazing card, and also goes well with things like Magician's Salvation. Okay, next up we've got Magician's Rod. This card's a must play at 3, however I can never seem to draw it, so I don't have the best experience with it. Magician's Souls, yeah, this deck isn't budget at all, because you need 3 of this, and each of these will cost you like $120 each. But this card is insane for Dark Magician's deck, and you might be able to win at a locals or something playing this just because of Magician's Souls. Okay, we've got 2 Red Eyes Fusions. It's not actually that bad, just hard activating it, because you've got all these trap cards. This is quite a trap heavy build. So if you've got your Dragoon plus maybe Rivalry and, I don't know, Torrential Tribute, because Dragoon can't be destroyed by card effects, that could completely stop your opponent from playing the game. 1 Magicalize Fusion. Yeah, it's a good card. You can also use it to make Dragoon after you've already made it off Verte. Faithful Servant, very good. You can use it to search Magician's Salvation, which is amazing. That's one of the reasons we only play 1, because we've already got, like, I think with Magician's Rod as well. Yeah, so we've much got 7 copies of Magician's Salvation. We don't really need any more. Then we've got Dark Magic Secrets. Again, a pretty standard card for Dark Magician decks. Dark Magical Circle. This is like Pot of Duality for the deck with no like cost, restriction for the rest of the turn, or the part before as well. But yeah, this card's insane. Plus, you can banish your opponent's cards. However, it does target, so just keep that in mind. Okay, onto Ice Dragon's Prison. This is one thing that's been made cheaper by it's reprinted in the 2021 Tin Adventure Battles. However, if you watched my Market Watch a couple of days ago, I'll link that up above right now. And it should be coming back down in price, so I recommend you hold off on it. Just maybe a week or 2 until it drops down back to $10. Torrential Tribute, quite an expensive common, but you can play Needle Stealing, but it's not really cheaper. But if you have access to it already, then you could just play it instead. Eternal Soul, necessary for the deck. We don't need it at 3 just because drawing it can sometimes be a brick. Like if you've got 2 copies of it, then it's just a brick. Then we've got 3 Goes and Match and 3 Rivalry. These cards are both amazing because all we're playing, not that, but we're pretty much just playing Dark Spellcasters, so these are amazing for the deck. And yeah, you just need, don't have a side deck in here, but it also provides a lot of room to side in cards that will help you against a lot of like the meta decks if these 2 cards don't work. So that's something to keep in mind. Solemn Strike, you can swap it out for Judgement, but I just prefer Strike because it can stop monster effects, and yeah, it also generally has a lower life point cost, which can come into play, especially if you're like maybe activating 2 strikes and a Verte, 2 judgments, then a Verte, that that's game. So you can't actually do 2 Judgments then a Verde. But yeah, that can get you dangerously low if you do the Verde first, so I don't recommend you play Judgement. Okay, onto the extra deck. We've got 2 Dragoons, pretty standard, 2 or 3 Dragoons in like pretty much every Dark Magician deck nowadays. Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight. You can swap this card out for like any link monster, generic link monster, but this card does come up in some scenarios and it's a good tech option. A Dark Magician, standard. Dark Magician Girl, the Dragon Knight, again pretty standard. Zeus, it's, well, we're playing Xyz monsters, so why wouldn't you play it? Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon, bring back Red Eyes Black Dragon, and then you can make Dragoon off like Red Eyes Fusion or something. Number 11 Big Eye, this card's amazing. It does target before it takes control, but even when this card leaves the field, it still keeps control of your opponent's card. So I think like you could even, you can even like target an access code and steal it, and then make your own access code, and that's game. Ebon Illusion Magician, I don't see many people playing this, but you can do it. Its alternate Xyz summoning condition never comes up. You can't even make it in this deck, but still really good. Just gets another Dark Magician onto the field. Access code, if you can't afford it, which a lot of you guys won't be able to, Borrow Sword, very cheap option. However, you could also just wait until access code hopefully gets reprinted, or it could get banned and then you'll need Borrow Sword anyway. Also keep in mind that if access code does get banned, Borrow Sword could shoot up in price, so just keep an eye on that. Nightmare Unicorn and Nightmare Phoenix, these 2 cards, just pretty generic link monsters, both very good. And Nightmare Phoenix doesn't come up as much, but sometimes like against Virtual World, destroying that Kuche can sometimes be really like, Kuche can just keep destroying this deck over and over again, so being able to destroy that and then perhaps even drawing a card after that is amazing. Plus, after you make Phoenix, you can link off into Unicorn, shuffle your opponent's cards, then go into access code, which is great. Selene, this is a very easy way to get into access code, and you can easily make it with all the spellcasters in this. Well, it's only got spellcasters pretty much. So yeah, Selene's easy to make and pretty much a requirement for this. IP Masquerena, on your opponent's turn you can link it off into Unicorn, or sometimes Phoenix if you need to. So that's great. And then of course Predaplant vs Anaconda. Yep, we're playing 2 Dragoon, what do you expect? Anyway, that's going to wrap it up for today, guys. I know this is a bit of a longer deck profile, but I hope you enjoyed it anyway. Tomorrow or the day after, I'll be posting some playtesting with this Dark Magician deck, so stay tuned for that. Make sure you subscribe, leave a like on this video, and I'll see you all in the next one.